As I told you guys, I was supposed to be going on a solo trip, and now I'm not able to do that solo trip, and I don't have any content for the next 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Trista. I've been drawn to the natural world for as long as I can remember, and staying true to my Sagittarius nature, I've been traveling overseas or adventuring in one of my camper cars whenever possible for the last 5 years. You could say I'm on a mission to live a simple, happy life in the great outdoors. Oh, and this is Thanos, and Gaia, and Evie, my 3 cats, and this is Jeremy, my partner in everything. I'm sure you'll see them around. Hit subscribe and come along for the journey.
I am driving out for the day because I haven't left my house in 6 days, and I feel like I am going absolutely insane. So I got to this spot by the water that I thought was going to be really cute, but it's actually right beside a hydro plant, and I'm getting very sketchy vibes. Like, I feel like this is where creepy scenes of movies would happen. So you may be wondering why I have been going slightly crazy and insane at home for the last almost 6 days. The answer is that I have COVID. I tested positive for COVID on Tuesday morning after having some light symptoms Monday night, starting off with like a tiny little bit of a cough and a few muscle aches in my spine. And as soon as I felt that, I just decided to avoid thinking of it, avoid dealing with it, and go right to bed because I didn't want to get sick, obviously, and I thought maybe I could just sleep it off. The next morning, I woke up with my temperatures rising a little bit, and I kind of instantly knew something was off. So I asked Jeremy to go get me some rapid tests at the pharmacy. Meanwhile, my temperature kept going up, and it went up to a fever of 101 about. Came back, I did the COVID test. I was a little bit on edge, and it came back positive. And then I had dealt with like 24 hours of more not severe, but 24 hours of unpleasant symptoms like the fever. The muscle aches were definitely the worst. That is when I become a crybaby and I just cry all day because I can't stand muscle aches. So I had them all around my spine and especially my lower back, and a bit of coughing as well that day. Oh, and I also had a headache. And then the next day I woke up and my muscle aches were gone. I had a bit of a fever left, but I popped 2 more Tylenols, and then after that my fever went away. My headache was gone. Everything was gone basically except for my cough. I was feeling much better. Then about the 3rd and 4th day, I was just a little bit more tired than usual. I think I'm still a little bit more tired because it's around maybe noon right now, and I really feel like I need to take a nap. So yeah, basically all of my symptoms had gone except for my cough, which you can't really tell yet right now. But my cough is still very much lingering, and some fatigue. The beginning of the pandemic, when somebody would get COVID, they would like make a video about it, and I would be like, oh my god, they have COVID, like, are they gonna live? Like, it was such a big deal, you know. And I was like, if ever I get COVID, I'm gonna document it on my YouTube channel, so people know what it's like and everything. And now that I have COVID, it is the most anticlimactic thing I have ever experienced. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. It's just like I was sick for 24 hours and now I have a cough. It's basically like any other sickness, you know? And this is coming from somebody who is not vaccinated. So that's basically all I would have to say about COVID. I mean, the biggest physiological changes beside the sickness that I saw, thanks to my Fitbit, which tracks everything I've shown you guys before, and I'm really kind of obsessed with it. But the first thing that I saw is my heart rate change. I normally have a heart rate at about 62, a resting heart rate. While I was sick, it peaked at 70. And then now it's starting to go back down slowly towards 62. The other thing is my sleeping. I get a lot less deep sleep and REM sleep when I have COVID or when I'm sick. But besides that, there hasn't been any like insane changes. I'm not like having a hard time breathing. I haven't lost my taste or my smell. So I'm pretty happy that I got like a pretty mild version of COVID. Some things that really helped me feel better on my first day was taking lots of baths. I felt so guilty. Like, my eco-anxiety felt so bad because, like, I took 3 baths that day, like, really, really hot baths, that is the only thing that really soothes my muscle aches. But I tell myself that I am really good eco-wise all year, and for that one time I get sick and that I need that extra support from water, especially, like water is so healing, I'm going to take it and try not to feel too bad about it. So that was the first thing that I did that really helped. Obviously I took Tylenol as well. I did some guided meditations on YouTube about healing sickness, and I found that really, really helpful. I also repeated to myself, like through meditation or like in the bath or whenever I wasn't feeling well, just saying like, thank you body, thank you body, thank you body for healing me and for doing what it's supposed to do. So I also kind of had that mantra going. I, of course, cried a lot. Like I said, I'm a crybaby. I called my dad crying. I've called my mom crying the first day just because I hate the muscle aches. So definitely that. I'm very grateful for Jeremy, who was there to take care of me also on the first day. Yeah, that was kind of what I did to make myself feel better. But the hardest part for me now is like I'm going freaking insane staying at home. Like I'm still testing positive for COVID, even though I don't really have any symptoms left. The only symptom I have is like the lingering cough. So it's day 6 now. I'm still testing positive. I told myself I had to get out, so like I took my car and I'm just staying in my car, so I'm still self-isolated. I will show you guys around where I am right now. There is literally not another soul here. So ethically, I think this is okay. But yeah, I'm going insane at home. Like it just, I feel so claustrophobic in there. The air feels so like heavy and gross now, and I'm trying to like clean up in there and stuff, but Jeremy is also sick now, so like it's just I just don't feel good staying home anymore. Like I need fresh air. Another thing that's been really hard is that I specifically reserved our van for this weekend because I was supposed to go do a huge trip, and I had a ton of YouTube videos planned around that trip. So I reserved the van so no one could book it. We actually had 2 or 3 reservations for people trying to book during this period, and I had to keep declining and saying no, like I'm sorry, we can't like rent out the van this weekend. We kind of lost out on a couple $100, and on top of that I didn't even get to do the trip. So now I have to reserve another weekend to do the same trip. Actually, I don't even know if I'm going to do the same trip, because the one I wanted to do, I was planning on doing it when there was still snow, but now everything's melted, so we'll see about that. But yeah, I just have to like lose income on another weekend now so that I can have the van to do the trip and make the videos. But I also have no content now for the next like 2 weeks. So this is the part that like I find so hard with YouTube. You know, like I have such big dreams with YouTube. I love making videos. It's the only like passion I've really stuck to since I started like 3 years ago. And yet there's so many little struggles, you know, like you work on YouTube for so long with very, very minimal reward. You're also facing like a lot of people judging you at all times. I have received to my face comments about my YouTube videos just not being good, or people just saying that they go on my YouTube channel to laugh at me, and it sucks. Like it really does suck to hear someone say that. So there's that aspect of it. There's also just the fact that it's so much work, like especially if you're doing it about adventuring and stuff. Like you actually have to go out and do those adventures. You have to film it all, you have to edit it, you have to get it up on YouTube. And then when something like this happens where you get COVID, you don't really always have a backup plan of like, how am I going to release content, you know? And right now I'm getting so much more traffic on YouTube than I'm used to. I don't know if you guys have seen, but like in the last 2 weeks, I think I've got like 20 new subscribers, which might not sound like much to many people, but that's a lot to me. All I've been doing basically is being consistent on YouTube, like uploading 1 short a day and uploading videos twice a week. And now if I don't have content for the next 2 weeks, I'm scared that's gonna just like go away, or people will unsubscribe, or like the algorithm will notice that I stopped and then they won't push my videos anymore. So there's that like fear lingering there. Yeah, I don't know. I guess basically this video is just like a little update about COVID, because I got COVID. And also because I told you guys I was supposed to be going on a solo trip, and now I'm not able to do that solo trip, and I don't have any content for the next 2 weeks. So I'm gonna try really hard to still film, to get some good stuff for you guys, but it's just not exactly what I had planned. And there's this whole dilemma between quality and consistency. The videos that I'm still going to make some of the videos that I had planned to make during the road trip, but obviously on the road trip the quality would have been a lot higher. I would have been way more in it than I am right now because I'm sick and because I'm sitting beside a hydro plant and I'm not actually out in nature. So the quality aspect is definitely something that I have to bring down in order to remain consistent, because I feel like on YouTube consistency is so important. And I'm just hoping that you guys don't mind too much and that you guys can still find some value in the videos, because it's a hard thing to figure out. Like, it's hard to figure out what to prioritize, you know, consistency or quality. You can try to compare it to quality over quantity, and in that case I think quality is always better than quantity, but this isn't about quantity, it's about consistency, because the algorithm matters so much. That's kind of where I'm at with my COVID situation and with YouTube and my videos, and why you're not seeing me right now road tripping. So now in terms of when I can get the heck out of quarantine and out of confinement and self-isolation, well, because I'm not vaccinated, I have to wait 10 days. I can, however, leave after the 6th day, as long as I don't have any fever for 24 hours, which I don't. And this is the hard part, and I test negative for COVID. So I took a rapid test this morning, as I mentioned, and I still tested positive, which is why I still can't get out of here. It's very frustrating. Now I understand why some of my friends told me the isolation was the hardest part of getting COVID. It is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. If you guys have any COVID related questions about like my experience with COVID, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thank you for being so supportive. I will see you on the next video. I'm still going to do a little tour of what my van, my car, my Dodge Grand Caravan would look like as a camper, even though I'm not taking it out right now to like sleep in. I could actually, maybe, but I don't feel safe sleeping here. What I was trying to say is I'm still going to make a video of what the camper would look like, and that will be the next video that is going to be coming out, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. And then if you guys don't see me for a week, it is just because the Dodge is gone. It's gone. Not gone, but it's being rented, and I can't make any content without it right now, so that is why you will not see me. If you do see me, well, hopefully it'll be with some cool content that I came up with very much in the spur of the moment. Thank you guys so much for being here. Mwah. I will see you on the next video. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye. Don't leave me here. Don't leave me here. Desperate roots laced out.